Alright, Matty Gugas here once again at my home crossing. County Road 206 in St. Augustine, Florida. I call this my home crossing. It's the closest one to my house. There's several here in St. Augustine, many that I filmed at, but this is the one I can jet out here in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to catch, hopefully, the 105. That's queued up. For the 105, getting ready to leave Jacksonville, and then the local 905 went by south. I missed it getting lunch, but we'll get it coming back. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. I can hear it. And I'm going to talk at the beginning. I started a little early. I want to get the gates activating, but I also want to get my talking out of the way. Last couple of videos, I had trouble finding a place for music because I blabbed through the trains, but I'm not going to do that today. We're going to put some more of my kids' music on here for your pleasure. So this is County Road 206, St. Augustine, Florida. Florida East Coast Railway. They did that again. They did it the other day. They blew the horn twice down there. Unless the signal guy's down there, or maintenance crew. Is that thunder? Here we go. Well, not an enormous train today. Not even long enough for music, but a good train. Any train is a good train. There you go. All right, Matty Gugas here again in Seville, Florida, just south of Crescent City, and we got a high green on the CSX line for a northbound train. Probably the Auto Train, which left a little early today, on time, for 3:56 p.m. It's a little after 4. I went down a little further. I'm only an hour away from Sanford here, so we should see that Auto Train pretty soon. I'm not going to zoom in on that signal. If you want to, you can, but I'm going to pan here to the south. You can see there's a nice siding here on the CSX. Maybe I'll see a freight train over here someday and we'll meet, but you can probably zoom in and see those signals down there too, all red. I can see those with the naked eye, but stay tuned for the Auto Train. Yeah, look at this. This siding hasn't seen a train in a while. You got cobwebs built up on the inner rail where the flange is. There is a line up here, but not back there near that. Like, see that indentation there? Like, that would be the flange, I guess. Anyway, this, like I said, this siding hasn't seen train activity in a while. So, this is the vantage point I'm going to get. We're also going to find out how fast this train's moving and figure out whether there's maintenance down between here and Sanford. It's only 46 miles to Sanford here. If that train starts out slow but picks up speed quick, it should be here in an hour, right? Or less than an hour. So we're now going on about that hour. It left at 3:56. It's pushing 4:56 or 4:45. If I don't see that train pretty quickly, then we know there's probably some track maintenance down there closer to Sanford. Well, here it comes. We're back up to track speed, and it's starting to rain. If I can drag this clip out to 2 minutes, I get the perfect song for it. I don't think I'm going to be able to, though. They say the train's moving at a pretty good clip through here. Meander over a little bit. Boy, I remember when this train was like maybe 10 or 12 passenger cars, maybe like, or not even, maybe like 10 or 15 auto racks. I gotta count these auto racks. I mean, it's good. I'm glad. I'm happy for Amtrak. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to put the song on here. It's only gonna be like a minute. I mean, that's not, what is that, 60 miles an hour? I mean, that's moving pretty good, but not 100. Anyway, there you go, folks. The auto train here in Seville, Florida. All right, so this is the Doctors Lake Bridge. I filmed here before during the daytime, but you know, I don't know if it's bright enough here to film a train. I guess maybe right here. Yeah, right there. Trains aren't going to be moving very fast here, obviously, because of the bridge, but as you can see, the bridge is up. I'm going to stick around for a little while. All right, so Matty Gukas in Jacksonville. Fortunately, everything's pretty close around here. I was going to shoot across the river and see if there's any interchange traffic going across the river to FEC from either CSX or NS, but I got a mile or two north, and we got signal activity again on this line. All right, maybe I should get in the truck again and start driving somewhere, and then the signals will change again. Anyway, I broke out breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever you call it, 3 a.m. Anyway, Matty Gukas here. What did I tell you? I came down here to the Doctors Lake Bridge, and the bridge is going down. Just as I pulled up, I was watching the lights. That red light there at the end of the bridge is green when it's up, and changes to red. Well, there is a green light, so is a reflection. Anyway, the bright red light, so the boat traffic stops. Anyway, we're gonna watch the rest of the bridge going down from this vantage point. All right, there we go. Matty Gukas is still here at the Doctors Lake Bridge waiting on the train. Honestly don't know what this train is going to be. But before I'm wrong, and look, I don't mind being wrong, I'm trying to find out the schedule of this Chicago-Miami train, Miami-Chicago. Anyway, let me tell you what I do know. Okay, the northbound auto train leaves Sanford, Florida at about 4 p.m. every day, so it's not going to be that train. The northbound Silver Meteor, that's Miami to New York, rolls through Palatka in the afternoon, so it's not going to be that train. The southbound Silver Meteor, that's New York to Miami, rolls through Jacksonville about 7 p.m., so it's not going to be that train. So it's either the southbound auto train rolling through Jacksonville, which is, you know, we're getting about that time, or the Chicago train, or a freight train. I did film a local on this line, a CSX. I wouldn't mind filming another one. Anyway, stay tuned. Here comes the train finally. It's a northbound. Freight train. Nice. Rock train. Yeah, I'm going to swing. A lot brighter over there. I was sitting in the truck. Didn't expect this freight train. Empty rock train, I should say. Empty coal cars? Yeah, those are rock. Yeah, this is covered off. There's some other manifest space. Okay. Nice. Sorry for the movement up. What's coming? It's a big long train. Well, sometimes the weight is worth it. Auto Racks, big long manifest train. Out of Orlando, maybe? Miami, I guess? I don't know. Isn't that PCU? With all these empties? There were 2 locomotives. All these cars are empty. Auto racks going US out of Florida are empty. Sorry, it's still peaking. It's really long. It's still coming. Alright, there you go. CSX freight train crossing the Doctors Lake Bridge. See if the bridge goes up or stays down for the Amtrak. So I hear another train horn. It sounds like the Amtrak. Good. It's about time. About the right time, I mean. Stay tuned any minute coming from this direction. From the north. Alright, so just to give you a little bit more lay of the land. So there's Jacksonville. See the buildings? That's due east from where we are. You can see the sun coming up. So the CSX yard and Amtrak station are up there. So they got to do like a big turn down here. Big curve, and then they cross the Stockton's Lake Inlet going due south. And then it turns a little bit to the west, but mostly south, due south from here. Again, there's a full 360 back to due east, downtown Jacksonville. I thought you might hear the train horn while I was doing that, but nope. All right, there go the gates at that street up there. Where was this parked? Anyway, you can't see it, but behind my truck. But here we go, Amtrak Auto Train. I said 28th, this is the 27th of May. Sorry. Here we go, the Amtrak Auto Train crossing the Doctors Lake Bridge in Jacksonville, Florida on this Tuesday. May the 28th, 7th. I'm doing it again. I'm so excited. Man, I came out here to get to see what I wanted. Left my house at 1 a.m. I think it was going to take 6 hours to get 3 trains, but oh well. Picking up speed now that he's crossed the bridge. There you go. I say that once the locomotive crosses leaves the restricted zone, they can start speeding up. All right, Matty Gugas here in Palatka, Florida. That's the train station up there, the Amtrak. And I'm here for the auto train. I'm going to try to do a marathon this week, or at least the better part of this week. Get every train that's available to me. So I'm going to let this run. I got a short little song of my kids to stick on here, so stay tuned. I hope I'm right next to the crossing gate, I hope. Oh, I need to stop talking. Florida. That seemed like it had more auto racks on it. It is the time of year. All the snowbirds are heading north to beat the heat. Get to the New England and northern New York, upstate, even Pennsylvania and Michigan and places like the other places. But anyway, that's it. Stay tuned for the next train I'm gonna get. I'm gonna shoot back to Jacksonville and get the FEC 107 and maybe the local Bunnell local coming back. Stay tuned. All right, Matty Gugas again. It's because of the speed restriction over the Satsuma Bridge, I can outpace this train and film it again. So here you go. Amtrak Auto Train Redux. I don't know how to say that. Is it redo or redux? ×2. Amtrak Auto Train. This is the same train I just filmed again. Does that clarify it? Palatka with the speed restrictions on. All right, stay tuned. All right, Matty Gugas here, driving back to Jacksonville. If you want, I can paste that Amtrak Auto Train and film it again near the Doctors Lake Bridge. Anybody up for that? Yeah, neither am I. Anyway, back to FEC country. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. Night train. You know what? This might be a Fort Pierce train. And they don't make this train every day, but there is a Fort Pierce cutoff. All right, sorry, I was doing some camera maintenance. The gates already went, but you'll hear the horn. Here we go. I'm thinking this is a Fort Pierce train. Let's see if it has a decent amount of, it should have a decent amount of manifests. And sometimes it has the auto racks for Titusville. It could be a special, could be another ethanol train. Let's see, here we go. Alright, well, intermodal, so right away. So, and then, not much, so yeah, this is Fort Pierce. A little bit of intermodal and a lot more intermodal, but a lot of manifests. Well, a lot more intermodal. Oh well. Anyway, it's an FEC southbound train on this Wednesday night at about 10 p.m. here in St. Augustine, Florida, near the county offices. Got some look at me go, I thought that was it. All right, there you go.